Hello everyone, this is episode 2 of Tempest Chess Highlights, and it's been about a week since the last one, so I was able to make this a bit longer. So let's get started here. Watching Bayak as white attacking red, and he sweeps the rook with his queen. Next we have Paradoxin as green under heavy pressure on the left side, and white is able to help him fend off the attack by sacking his bishop there and taking it with the queen. This leaves him under pressure from red though, and after a few nice moves, both green and red are able to survive. Green and white are able to survive. Next, green and white are both down material and kings are pinned in the bottom left corner, but they're able to avoid the oncoming attacks and end up taking all the attacking pieces and surviving. So this is good defense on both parts and just a pretty bad attack by brown and red. Next, chicken as green is setting up to attack the black king across the board with his rook, and he doesn't take the king, but he does sweep the red bishop there. Next, a bit of an unlucky clip here as Muggles in black sets up a long-range mate with his rook and queen there, but is unable to get the kill. He had to move the queen because of the green knight coming back. Here we have another bad play by Muggles as he's black and he's up power pieces and trying to stop pawns from advancing. But right there, green dodges and is able to take all his pieces, so just a bad play around. This is an eerily similar situation with Muggles playing as black again versus chicken and green. And once again, he's up a few power pieces, but is unable to finish them off. Here he loses some pieces. Just a bad play. The pawns are able to promote, and eventually he loses. Here on the right side of your screen, Firehawk in red executes a symbol sweep on the pawn. He takes the rook and sweeps the white pawn. On the left side this time, Firehawk in green seems to be in good shape, but the queen's trade and the rook's trade there, and his second rook actually gets swept. Now green just took out black, and his rook is about to get swept by red, and the double sweep attempt was very close, unable, but he did take the rook. Now Muggles, as green this time, is going in for an attack on brown, and he gets him with the queen. The top of the screen, the green knight captures the black queen, and he just sweeps the red knight. It was a quick, sorry about that. Why try as red sets up an attack on white on the bottom and sweeps the rook there, and then goes in for the kill. Cool play in the bottom right. After a few pieces exchanged, the bishops right there switch places. White here sets up an attack on the unguarded black pawn there. And the bishops are going to switch again, and green alertly takes and then captures the black queen. This is a funny play here, as black was under attack and moved his king right next to white's king. Red here is applying heavy pressure on white, but green has his back and is going to exchange bishops here and sweep the red pawn. Red here is trying to help black's pawns advance and sweeps the green knight, and then goes back on the attack on green on the left side of the board. Black here is down 2 versus 1, but Bayak and white just has a nice quick crossboard combo with the 2 rooks and the queen. Just some cool movement. Bayak and white here trying to prevent the red pawns from advancing. He captures the black rook crossboard there and stops the pawns. Now white here sweeps the black knight with his rook. And then moments later here, after a few more moves, the red bishop is going to sweep white bishop across as red sets up a threatening combo on the white king. Unsuccessful though. In the bottom right of the screen here, there's some piece trading, and then the rook and the queen switch places there really quick. Bayak in white here takes a red pawn and then sweeps the bishop. That's a pretty nice combo there. Chicken in red is attacking green across the board here, and he sweeps the green rook. Bayak in white here starts an attack on chicken in red, but ends up losing the exchange pretty mightily. Unfortunate. White here tries to bait and snipe black across the board, but black is able to dodge, so it just shows you it doesn't work every time, the cross map snipe. Chicken in red here sweeps green across the board, the green rook, and then sets up some nice combos there on white's pieces. Here red, it's just a quick sweep. Chicken in red here sweeps a white rook while capturing green's pawn across the board on the bottom there. Bayak in white here goes for the capture on red's king and sweeps the red rook trying to block. Here Hitmonlee in green tries to do some fancy moves in the top left, but ends up getting his queen swept. White sweeps the black bishop, trying to attack white's pawns here. Paradoxing red tries to capture black's rook, but he dodges, and then he does end up taking it the second time and sweeping black knight. I'll leave you with this last clip here. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book. White sacks his queen, or trades his queen, opening up the snipe for white. So thank you for watching this episode of Tempest Chess Highlights. I apologize for the lack of standard and fast standard clips. I'm trying my best to include some of those, but those game types are rarely played. So yeah, until next time, have fun on Tempest.